Hello. Welcome. Happy Friday. Happy February because I was not here yesterday for that. Happy February. Happy Friday. Happy middle of quarter two or quarter one, excuse me. Second month of quarter one. Yeah. Happy day. Happy day. I French braided my hair today, but it's really hard to see on brown or darker hair. Would love to learn how to do the Dutch braid on myself, where it's sort of like raised, but I've never been able to figure out how to do that. It's been a while since I've actually French braided my hair either, but um, yeah, so I have not been able to um, figure out the Dutch braid, the raised braid. I'm sure there are many other terminologies for it, but um, I just can't quite wrap my head around my head and my fingers around um essentially doing the opposite of um of how I learned to do it first. Yeah, like I mean I understand that it's backwards. I understand that like logically, but my brain and my fingers don't want to do it. Easier said than done, right? Yeah, yeah. But it's been a while since I've done a French braid, and I think it turned out pretty good. I don't have like huge lumps right here, but which is sometimes when I start out too far back and too big of pieces, um, I get like strange pompadour-esque situations. We had my mom had these books on braiding when I was young, and we eventually got rid of them. And I kind of wish we had not. But it was like all kinds of fancy braids and hairdos and stuff. And it was like, it wasn't even spiral bound. It was like the little, um, it's like the thin plastic loops that have sort of like a little puzzle piece type. I don't know how to, anyway, maybe I can vintage, like maybe 90s hair style tutorial books. Like they weren't bound like a proper book. They had I don't even know. Maybe I should take off the word vintage. Um, nope. Okay, I'm not seeing it at first glance. Anyway, that's fine. Um, but anyway, so that was how um, mom sometimes did my hair fancy for events like reunions or parties or whatever. She would pull out those books and do something fancy. Um, Dad had worked with leather before, so he knew how to do like 5-strand braids and 9-strand braids and all that kind of stuff. So um, sometimes I would go to Dad and be like, "Dad, I want a fancy braid." He'd be like, "All right." uh, so um, I could go to either one of them for a fancy braid. Usually with mom, I got like a ginormous bow as well because that was what was in. I had the ginormous bows. They were more reminiscent of the 80s than the 90s, I want to say. Like yeah. Yeah. I can share these. Um like I it was bad. Like this size. um let's see if we can yeah, like those size bows. Um and I had them in like every color so that I could color coordinate my outfit. Like I mean it was I had those. I had plenty of those. Um And then when we moved to Georgia, we hung out a good bit with, or when we visited Georgia, we hung out with my cousins and great aunt, and they had barbecue place. And so they would go to like rodeos and like outdoor fairs and things. And so it was very much like sort of like Western-esque wear. And so I had to get new bows that were like more Western style because they were like lots of little thin ribbons rather than like the big folds of ribbons. Yeah. But that was when I was young. I had my hair down to my butt. And it was either in a braid or ponytail or just down. That was with a big fancy bow. So, but yeah, my hair is finally, I've got a long tail today, but my hair is finally getting to the length where I can do a few more like fun braids with it. So that was why I was like, oh, let me see if I can do it today. And I did. So, hooray. Happy Groundhog Day. Happy Groundhog Day. I should probably look up and see whether or not we're going to have an extended winter or not. Probably. You are currently sharpening pencils for Camp Nano in April. You're writing longhand because it's less distracting. Gotcha. Becca is here. Hello. Hello, hello. Megan says, hello. It's currently sunny and raining at the same time. Ooh, nice. What is that? The fox's wedding is one of the things that's supposedly a fox is getting married somewhere. Becca's like, ooh, maybe a rainbow? Possibility of some rainbows, yes. You can't see any rainbows from your POV, but you're sure that they are around somewhere. Yes. Rachel is here. Made it. Excellent. You're at Barnes & Noble and had to fix your BT. BT? My brain is glitching. Becca says, I did a great job. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was like, at this point, I kind of like want those little butterfly clips to just like decorate the little tiny, again, just like harken back to my childhood, I guess. Yes, the Dutch braid. Yeah. You have no skills when it comes to doing your own hair. I have very limited, and there are some braids that I simply cannot do until my hair gets long enough, like with a herringbone pattern or herringbone or fishtail. I cannot do it from the top of my head. Like I can't. My arms get way too tired trying to figure out like all there. So generally, if I have longer hair, then I start the braid at the base of my neck rather than like up top. So again, until my hair gets long enough, I can't do those type of braids. And even then they take so long and my arms get very tired. Yeah. You can manage on other people much better. So this is what I thought. I thought it had been like a really long time since I had done anybody's hair. We used to do it like in the high school lunchroom before school. We would all sit in a row and like do each other's hair or whatever. So I used to do it all the time. And then when I realized last time I was teaching and a pregnant coworker came up and was like, hey, could you mind like braiding my hair up? French braid. And I was like, sure. She's like, I just want to get it off my neck. I'm like, yeah. And then I realized like, as I was doing it to her, I'm like, my fingers have lost how to do it on someone else. I don't, I was like, this is very weird. So apparently I can only do it on myself anymore. So I guess I'm going to have to practice on like my mom or somebody and regain that lost skill. Yeah. Francis says, hello, welcome. CB says, sometimes I can do fishtail braids on myself and French braids on others. Yeah. Your mother did a double French braid in your hair a couple of times. Nice. I did see a tip somewhere where somebody was like, instead of doing a French braid all the way from the front, you can just do twists and it looks very similar. And then when you get it to more a manageable spot, then you can braid it. But I was like, oh, that's clever. Hello, everybody. Hello, Cool Gamer. How are you? She used to braid your hair for dance class every Wednesday. Yeah. Hello, Bonnie. How are you? You remember the big bows? Yes. The 80s were wild. They were. I mean, at that point, well, I was born in 87, so we still had some of the trends left over creeping into the 90s. Laura is here. Hello. Welcome. CB says, I only had purple, gray, and white bows for school because they had to match your uniforms. Well, purple's kind of fun, so I wouldn't be mad at purple, as long as it was a pretty purple. Megan says, I just got a CPAP machine yesterday, and last night you tried it for the first time. I think I need to make adjustments because you still have a mark around your nose from the mask hours later. Yeah, but hopefully the CPAP machine will help you. But yeah, that's one of the things. Every time I've talked to somebody who has one of these machines, there is like a learning curve for like how to adjust it for yourself, for sure. And then also like how to just get used to the noise and the thing on your face and all that. So, Francis says, flashback to the 90s where those plastic comb-like hairbands were really trendy because the Girls wore them, getting them out again. Oh, yes, I know which ones you're talking about. Yes. I think those have come back in, actually. I've seen a couple being advertised and being worn. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll stay away from that. Okay, so the BT is Bluetooth. You have headphones. Gotcha. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Bonnie says, currently a hat is the only hairstyle I wear these days. Yeah, my mom is going gray. She's decided she's going to try and grow out the gray again. But she like hates having that line of demarcation. So she's like, all right. She went to go get a couple of like beanies from the store. I keep trying to convince her. I'm like, you need like big wide headbands, but she has a similar problem to me in that her hair is very, very fine and slick most times. And so she has to find one that has like the silicone hot glue wiggle thing inside to kind of like increase the amount of friction. But yeah, so she's trying to grow out her gray again. We'll see how long it lasts. You've been a licensed cosmetologist since 2000. You love all the hair talk. Hair is fun. Hair is very fun. So, except for when it's not. Rachel says, I was born in 75, so those wild trends were during your formative years. Big hair, lots of final net, lots of colorful makeup, and big bows. Yeah. Megan says, apparently I have about 3.2 incidents an hour. So you definitely need the machine, but yeah, you still have to get used to the way it feels on your face. So far, even though you slept poorly, you're more energized. Nice. Okay, so I didn't realize you had sleep apnea as well. Mom probably ought to get one of these because she has apnea pretty bad. But anyway, I'm glad that you are already collecting data and it feels like it's headed in the good direction. So maybe you had talked about it before. I don't remember. Anyway. Apparently you have it bad. Nice. Excellent. Good joke. CB says that was at primary school, purple, and the secondary is black or yellow. Not even like a gold, just a yellow. Boring. All right, let's see. And did it have to be like a solid color, or could you do like a plaid that was black and yellow, or just solid colors? I don't know. That's kind of annoying. I'm like, don't dictate my hairbands. Oh well. You can tell I did not go to school that had a uniform. Because that is definitely not my immediate thought is how do I get around this to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more, I don't know. I think it had to be solid colors. Okay. Yeah. Bummer. All right. Let's go ahead. I'm of two minds of what I'm going to be doing today. I should be drafting, and I kind of want to, but at the same time, I also have not I'm also contemplating just working in some journal and bujo and brainstorming and chaotic Friday. So I think I will try to start out with drafting and see how long my attention span lasts for that. I think that would be probably the most productive way to do it, rather than start out with drafts and try to go to order from there. Does that sound normal? Does that sound reasonable? Yeah. Okay, so I have that open, but we do need a card. CB says, I had this adorable little ponytail holder with ballet shoes on it that you were allowed to wear on Wednesdays for dance. Nice. We have the koala today. The spirit has a plan is the main message. So it's an assurance that, like, everything is going to be okay. There we go. Found the right spot. Here is the koala. There it is. So, in nature, the koala moves slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree, leisurely chewing on the leaves, reminding us that life is not a race or a competition. Chasing around after every distraction can keep us from recognizing that we have all we need and that the spirit will always be there with gifts to sustain us. You are being asked to trust that by moving slowly, with faith in the abundance that is everywhere, surrendering to a power greater than yourself, you will be able to experience the manifestation of your desire. As you take your time enjoying the riches available to you right now, sitting peacefully, you begin to radiate the joy and abundance you seek. The Spirit is here to help you discover happiness, pleasure, and contentment, all gifts that are yours now and in the future. Have faith and trust in the Spirit's plan for you, and know that you are loved and cherished. Nice. But it's that call for you don't have to move at the speed of lightning, at the speed of fast. You don't have to do that. Megan says, nice. I think koalas are so cute. Just don't hug them. Rachel says, I don't know if I'm getting annoyed or entertained at this point. There's a gal who is on an obvious second date with someone at the Barnes & Noble, and he is striking out, but he seems clueless. Oh, no. Does he seem clueless, or does he seem like he's pretending he's clueless? But on the other hand, good fodder for future writings. Yes. Yeah, we don't have to move at the speed of fast. We do not have to move at the, warp speed all the time. So we can be assured that those resources are still going to be available for us, even if we are moving slowly and intentionally. All right, let's do this. Present, share screen, share screen. I kind of want to start with the beach timer again. Why this is paused at 18:21, don't know. Here we are. Whoops. Maybe that's why it's paused at 18:21. All right, y'all. So again, this will have ambient wave sounds, and there will be a beach party at the end of the timer. So it will probably startle me. Just FYI. It always seems to. But anyway, so we're going to have a beach timer first. Yeah, so here we go with our regular reminders. 1, save your document if you've already been working. If not, now's a great time to pull up whatever you're going to be working on. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go, 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the first sprint. Hopefully you were not scared by the party that happened. I was kind of keeping an eye on it so I wouldn't be too startled. um, all right, how did we do? 825. Okay. Um, okay. This one should be. There we go. Okay. I think I've figured out my formula for nope, wrong color. There we go. That way I can see on my Excel sheet the monthly total versus the year-to-date total. So there was that. I forgot to do that yesterday in terms of like fixing the formulas. I still don't have everything quite the way I want it, but it's at least some of it is automated for me, which is great. So that's how we're doing. 825, not bad. Not bad. I did go ahead and mark where I left off, so I don't have to worry about that. How'd you do? Megan was excited about the beach timer. Sometimes it's better to move at Vision's pace rather than Iron Man's, right? Yeah. I did pin to the top of the chat the writing craft book recommendation survey. That's also in the description as well. You fell face first down a Facebook rabbit hole. Say that 10 times fast, right? Still got 149 words, though. Excellent. Megan says, I brainstormed. Yay. Excellent. Did you finish your crochet blanket? Or are you taking a break for it or brainstorming while you do so? Lexi got an amazing 1,103. Excellent. Megan says, don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Thank you. That would be much appreciated. Much appreciated. I guess I should just go ahead and I guess quick poll. There's not a whole bunch of us here today, but that's okay. I want to know for second sprint. Purple Teapot. Babbling Brook. Or more beach. The Purple Teapot and the Babbling Brook are both 30 minutes. The other beach timer that I have is a 25-minute. So if you have a preference as to which of the timers that we're working with next, please let me know in the poll. I'm enjoying some of like sometimes you have like words pop in your brain and it's like, oh, I haven't used that word in a while. But then you have to be careful that like you don't overuse that word because you're excited that you like recalled your vocabulary. But I also I put in a word and I was like, wait, I don't know that I want to use this. And I think I've only ever really heard it used in conjunction with like descriptions of eyes, and that's limpid. Free of anything that darkens, completely clear. So someone's eyes being sort of like unclouded and clear and sort of like this, idea of like innocence, I guess. But it's like, I don't know that I have ever heard that in any other context besides eyeballs. So yeah. Still in the works, but you're almost done with it, so you're starting to savor it. Gotcha. Gotcha. James is here. Hello, you're making dinner. Excellent. Food for the brain. Yes. You've heard water described that way. Okay, and that would make sense because it's supposed to mean like a liquid that is especially clear. So that would make sense. But I don't know that I have ever run across it in writing in like where it's describing anything other than eyeballs. So if you can recall where you have heard the water being described as limpid, let me know. But like it's just been like, I don't think I've ever heard this in any other context. And I'm like, So that was one of the reasons I just looked it up. I was like, is this like having to deal with only eyeballs? It's secondary definition, but Rachel says, I got 651 words. Nice. And you've heard music described that way as well, which would make sense because that was third on the list of descriptors, whatever, definitions. So that would be the tertiary definition. CB says, I'm going to go heat my dinner up. We made food today during your support. Yay. It's like, I think the couple of times that I've tried to meal prep, I went like one of two ways. I either was like starving and ready to have absolutely like the thing that we cooked that day, or I don't want to eat any of it. And I'm just like, I'm just going to have snacks for dinner because I don't feel like eating or warming any of it up after. So yeah, you think it was in a beta read. I'm not sure which one. Gotcha. Okay. So you have run across it in other contexts besides eyeballs, which is good because, occasionally it's nice to have words in their secondary or I guess in primary and tertiary in that instance, context. So maybe in Kay Parquette's steampunk read, she's very fancy with her words though. Protein, pastry, and spicy potatoes. Sounds good. Alrighty, let me go ahead and end the poll. And 75% of the votes went to the Babbling Brook. So that is what we will have for our second sprint. Let's get this all set up. Don't forget the second sprint is the self-promo sprint. So if you have something you want to promote, meaning as long as it's writing adjacent, meaning your YouTube channel, Twitch channel, Etsy store, Amazon author page, websites, blogs, social media handles, etc., do let us know where we can find you, especially if you have a book out recently, book out soon, or book on sale. Let us know where we can find you and your work. Just remember that if you do not have a blue wrench of power, you will not be able to post direct links. That being said, please do feel free to share away. If you search the word up on archive.org, quite a few things pop up. Interesting. You saw one place use it to refer to the clarity of a precious stone. Oh, wow. So it's more useful in other contexts than I had anticipated. Nice. All right. James says, not a video, but I stream now on Thursday mornings. Nice. And are they reading sprints, writing sprints? What kind of stream do you do? Gaming streams? Let us know. Okay, so regular reminders. 1, save your document. 2, take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Oops, let me fix that typo. How did we do? I think I did pretty decently. Okay. So I'm approaching 6,100 for the year so far. So I'm a couple of I guess I'm 2 days behind where I wanted to be really. I guess at this point I'm approaching 4 days behind technically. Because I wanted to get 62,000 words for January. And that didn't happen. I got about 50, 56, 58, somewhere in there. And then, so if I was doing the 2,000 every day, I think I would be I should be approaching 66,000 today. So I guess I'm 5 to 6,000 words behind. But I do know there are several weekends this month where people are doing long, marathon weekends for writing. So that hopefully shouldn't be too hard to catch up. Hopefully. But yeah, so save. Of course, don't forget that was the second sprint, so self-promo away. My promo is, if you are not subscribed, please consider it. That's my promo. You can also find my undated tarot journal from Kindle Print on Demand in the link in the description. There we go. Let's see. Rachel got another 420 words so far, but you need to move, so good luck, everyone. Megan says this week's post is about how you're crocheting through your grief, and there is the new link. Or you can check out all of the things that Megan is doing. Here is the link tree. Lexi did 1554. Nice. Excellent. James's dinner is ready. Fantastic. Francis has already surpassed your word count goal. Yeah, you're on fire today. Excellent. Yay. Megan says, I called the CPAP machine people and asked all my questions, like what do I do in the middle of the night if I need to get up, which is a very good question. They were so simple, your questions, and they made the people who work there laugh. Well, I mean, at least they were not questions that made them angry, I guess. That's better, than the alternative. But I mean, I would think that's a good question because what do you have to stop it? Do you just take the mask off and then put it back on? Yeah. What do you do with it? CB says 208 words. Nice. Dinner will be ready shortly. Fantastic. Megan says we surpassed the 777. I think yes, we are one over that. Yay. That's okay. That's okay. Alrighty. What do we want for the third sprint? We've had water timer or beach timer, water timer. Should we have a snow timer? I think we should. So this one is the Silent Winter Morning. Here we go. All right. So 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is that you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that is the third sprint. How'd we do? I think it was another good sprint. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. So I'm just under 3,000 for the day so far, which is really good. Oh yeah. I will take that. Really good. I'm going to save it though. Let's see. A couple of people came in. Paget was here and said cool poll / Google form in terms of the writing craft book recommendations. Thank you very much. Yeah, y'all can feel free to submit more than one recommendation if you have more than one title. So Stephanie is here. Hello, doing admin things today and some stuff from a course that you did with another author. Yay. Petch says, I'm excited to see the results. I've submitted 2 that you've read and loved, but it reminds me to check out a couple of others that people keep saying are great, right? That's the goal. Heather is here. Hello. Just finished your own special stream. Now to write. Paget says, I'm scrivening today and looking into a plan for a YouTube channel and hopefully getting to a 7th pass at book 4, but the last one feels like a stretch. Are you planning to do like sit down talk videos? Or are you planning to do streaming for the YouTube? Or mixing both? I have done filming on my phone, but then I always run into the problem of like, I'm not good at editing on my phone. So I then have to transfer it somehow to my laptop. And that gets to be kind of like a pain and confusing and irritating. So more often than not, I usually just like film sit down videos with my webcam. So I would suggest either some sort of camera or webcam. And then I have enjoyed StreamYard a great deal. So yeah. I know that for filming shorts, the phone is good. Says the person who only has like 2 or 3 shorts. Patch says, yay to Heather. You had some technical issues, but I mean, which stream doesn't? I feel like there's at least one in every stream. CB says, The Marvels comes on Disney Plus on February 7th. Nice. Heather says, I have to say I'm curious about it, so I'm going to watch that. So thanks for the update, CB. CB saw it in the cinema. It was adorable, though for people who are scared of cats, it might be somewhat scary. That's all you can say without spoilers. Gotcha. Nikki, hello, welcome. Ooh, Lexi got $17.95 at Done That Sprint. That's amazing. CB almost finished dinner. Fantastic. Stephanie is doing admin tasks and balancing the checkbook. Very important. James is currently eating your dinner, spaghetti bolognese. CB already finished the protein pie, still working on the taters. Megan says, I worked on brainstorming and stuff, switched to handwriting, which seems to be helping. Nice, good. Paget says hi to Nikki. Nikki says hey to Paget. Paget got some Scrivener stuff in. Really loving this thing. All my notes will be in a place now instead of on 978 stickies. What a time to be alive. Right? Right. Okay, y'all. I think that's actually going to be it for us today. I do have to start laundry. I also have to go to the grocery store. So I want to do that before the dinner rush happens. So thank you again for joining me today. Save your document. I will be back on Sunday, and then I will also be back next week. Same time as usual. Sundays 2 p.m., Monday, Wednesday, Friday 1 p.m. So I will see y'all then if I do not see you in the chats. So thank you. Don't forget, I think, is it this weekend? Um, I think this weekend is when Kate Kavanaugh is doing the super long Twitch marathon. And then is this weekend also a Heart Breathings Double Down? Um, I'm trying to remember, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, there are some things that are going on this weekend, or I'm sure there are spreads going on this weekend. Anyway, Double Down Day, yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I was trying to remember. I was like, is this correct? Anyway, yes. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. Save your work and don't forget to sip and stretch. And I will see y'all soon. Thank you. Bye.